In every culture, in every corner of our world, there lurks something deeper than mere stories. Urban legends that whisper of our darkest fears. When over 70% of people confess to believing in at least one, we have to wonder, what do they see that others don't? These aren't just tales that fade with the morning light. They're warnings etched into our collective consciousness, passed down through trembling voices and wide-eyed witnesses. Tonight, we journey through humanity's most haunting legends. But before we begin, ask yourself, are you ready to question everything you thought you knew about what lurks in the shadows? Because after hearing these stories, the line between folklore and reality might become disturbingly thin. First, we venture into the ice-bound forests of North America, where an ancient evil still haunts the wilderness, the Wendigo. Born from Algonquian folklore, this creature embodies humanity's darkest potential. Picture this: you're lost in a vast, snow-covered forest. The wind howls through bare branches, and somewhere in the distance you hear what sounds like a cry for help. But the Wendigo is far from a simple monster. Standing unnaturally tall, its skeletal frame towers above the trees, skin stretched tight across protruding bones, crowned with razor-sharp antlers. Some describe it as a malevolent spirit that possesses its victims. Others insist it's a physical transformation, a curse that befalls those who commit the ultimate taboo, consuming human flesh. What makes the Wendigo truly terrifying isn't just its appearance, it's what it represents. In the harsh northern winters, where food was scarce and survival uncertain, the Wendigo became a warning: preserve your humanity, no matter how desperate things become. Because once you cross that line, the hunger never ends. Modern witnesses still report encounters, glimpses of an emaciated giant in blizzards, or hearing mimicked human voices calling them deeper into the woods. But while the Wendigo stalks the wilderness, another legend haunts the crowded streets of modern Japan. Imagine walking home late at night, when a woman in a surgical mask approaches you, a common sight in Japanese cities. She asks, "Am I pretty?" This is Kuchisake-onna, the slit-mouthed woman, and your answer could mean life or death. The legend traces back to the Heian period, where a samurai's wife, renowned for her beauty, paid the ultimate price for infidelity. Her husband, in a jealous rage, sliced her mouth from ear to ear, asking, "Who will think you're pretty now?" Today, her spirit roams Japan's streets, wearing a surgical mask to hide her disfigurement. Say she's pretty, and she removes the mask, revealing her grotesque smile. Say she's not, and she'll ensure you share her fate. But there's more to this urban legend than just a vengeful spirit. Some say she carries scissors, using them to mutilate her victims. Others claim she can outrun cars and materialize through solid doors. The legend grew so powerful that in the 1970s, some Japanese schools sent children home in groups and assigned police patrols to protect them. Deep in the American Southwest, among red rocks and endless deserts, the Navajo speak of something perhaps even more terrifying: the Skinwalkers. These aren't simple shapeshifters. They're said to be holy men and women who've turned to darkness, trading their humanity for unnatural power. What makes Skinwalkers uniquely terrifying is their ability to infiltrate both the natural and human world. They can take the form of any animal: wolves, eagles, crows, moving with impossible speed and strength. More disturbing still, they can mimic specific people, wearing their faces like masks to deceive their victims. Unlike many urban legends, the Navajo treat Skinwalkers as a very real threat. Even today, many refuse to discuss them after sunset, believing that speaking of them might draw their attention. Modern accounts describe strange creatures caught between animal and human form, running alongside cars at impossible speeds or standing upright like humans despite having animal features. Just outside Washington, D.C., in the seemingly ordinary suburbs of Virginia, stands a bridge with a dark history, one that's given birth to one of America's most bizarre and terrifying urban legends, the Bunny Man. At first glance, the story might sound almost comical, a man in a rabbit suit terrorizing locals. But there's nothing funny about what allegedly happens at Bunny Man Bridge. The legend began in 1970 when locals reported encounters with a man in a decomposing rabbit costume, wielding an axe. The most chilling part? Police records from that time confirm reports of a figure threatening people with an axe near the bridge. Though the rabbit suit details vary by account. According to local history, the bridge's dark reputation stems from a nearby asylum that closed in 1904. During the transfer of inmates, one transport crashed, and while most escapees were recaptured, one vanished into the surrounding woods. Soon after, partially eaten rabbit carcasses began appearing, hung from the bridge. Most disturbing were the human bodies allegedly found in similar conditions. Today, the Bunny Man's legacy lives on. Witnesses describe a tall figure in a deteriorating rabbit costume, sometimes seen hanging bodies from the bridge's framework. Local authorities regularly deal with trespassers hoping to spot the Bunny Man, especially around Halloween. Some say he appears only at midnight, while others claim he manifests when someone mentions his name 3 times while walking under the bridge. These legends persist because they tap into something deeper than simple fear. The Wendigo reminds us of the monster within, waiting to emerge when civilization falls away. Kuchisake-onna embodies our obsession with beauty and the price of vanity. Skinwalkers represent our fear of deception, that evil might wear a familiar face. And the Bunny Man, he shows us how something innocent can become twisted into nightmare fuel. But perhaps what's most terrifying isn't the legends themselves, but how they evolve with us, adapting to our modern fears while maintaining their ancient power to terrify. In an age of science and reason, when every phone has a camera and satellites watch from above, why do these stories still make us check the dark corners of our rooms at night? Share your thoughts in the comments below. What urban legends haunt your hometown? And more importantly, do you really believe they're just stories?